Hello everyone, this is the Underdog, aka the German Viking, and this is just funny. This came up into my feed where I've seen a lot of people talking about this, but I'm gonna use a third party because I don't want to be completely biased in my take, so I'm gonna have a third party. That's why I read these articles. So, from the Pluralist. Twitter tries to censor harsh fact about trans people, ends up making it go viral. A scientist was banned from Twitter on Sunday for stating his belief that transsexualism is a mental disorder, with the platform saying he had violated its rules against hateful conduct. So, basically, hate speech. Ray Blanchard, a University of Toronto sexologist who studies transsexualism. So, a guy, a guy a doctor who actually knows about this stuff. So he researches this stuff. he gets he gets banned from Twitter for hate speech. The guy who is an authority on the subject gets banned on the. Oh my god, we live in a clown world. Oh my god, I haven't read this article, but my god. We truly live in a clone world where we're expert, we're scientist who has a PhD in this is banned for hate speech for stating facts. Oh my god! I'm sorry, I'm losing it. I just honk honk. I mean, who had tweeted his six core beliefs about transgenderism. He said the tweets were hidden on Twitter, so he tweeted them again. The list staked out a middle ground in the culture war of transgenderism, neither acceptable to those who reject the condition wholesale or those who demand full recognition of gender identity claims. Blanchard endorsed sex reassignment surgery as a treatment for gender dysphoria, but only as a last resort for patients who are at least 21 years old. That I can agree with, but I don't think the surgeries always help. I mean, I believe the suicide rate for post sex reassignment surgery and before they are the same. So I don't see those as a solution to the problem. He said that transsexual or transgender people who have transitioned from one sex to the other should be recognized as their preferred sex for certain purposes, but they haven't changed the sex. They they just appear. They haven't changed their chromosomes. So I'm gonna disagree with him in there. Like getting a driver's license, but not others, like competing in women's sports. So you agree that there's genetics involved, but he labels it on a sex. Then that's a little bit confusing. I believe he means gender, but anyways, and he said that men with gender dysphoria, whose gender identity and biological sex are at odds, at odds. I think there's a typo here, are virtually always gay or autogynephilic, or aroused by seeing themselves as female. A research finding for which he is well known. However, it was first-hand and in some ways most scientifically agreed upon a claim that Twitter objected to. That gender dysphoria is a type of mental disorder. The consensus on the issue among psychiatrists is reflected by the condition's inclusion in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the American Psychiatric Association's Bible. Jesse Singal, a magazine journalist who last June wrote a cover article for The Atlantic about detransitioning, tweeted that it's beyond insane to suspend someone for expressing an opinion which lines up with the DSM. Here's the you can look at the articles yourself. I believe it's a thread, but I'm just gonna read the ones in the article. Gender dysphoria is in the DSM-5, despite endless rumor mongering and misinformation to the contrary. It is considered a mental disorder. Maybe it shouldn't be, but it's beyond insane to suspend someone for expressing an opinion which lines up with the DSM. I have less, and he continues. Economist editor Helen Joyce, a prominent critic of transgender rights movement, was among a number of commentators who noted that Blanchard is a leader in his field, saying Twitter's suspension of his account is unreal. I mean, I can't disagree with him. Ray Blanchard served on the gender dysphoria working group and chaired the paraphilia a working group for the DSM-5. He's world expert. This is her tweet, by the way. Expert on the field. Twitter has just suspended his account for a thread setting out his findings from a lifetime of research on Real. New York Post op-ed editor Sohrab Ahmari called on conservatives to wake up. He effectively accused Twitter of hating them. That's going a little bit far, but I mean that platform does ban people left and right. I mean James Woods is suspended or banned. I don't know what his status is. Ray Blanchard is the preeminent sexologist of his generation and a profound scientific mind. Conservatives, wake up. There is no neutral medium and no neutral market. This is a naked politics as amenity, and some of you still cling to the market of will fix it delusions. And Tim Pool here. Listen here, bigots. Twitter has a strong anti-science position, and any offensive science will not be tolerated. Here, after all this backlash, he got his account back. They apologized. Twitter has unlocked my account and graciously apologized for the error. My sincere thanks to the people who expressed their concern during the past 24 hours. Like other internet companies, Twitter has lately stepped up its policing of hateful content, resulting in a purge of mostly right-wing users. Yeah. And how is that working out for all of you companies? You are tanking. YouTube is costing Google $70 billion. How is this wokeness working out for you? I'm just saying. Last week, in an account that parodies Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was permanently banned from the platform, along with its creator. Several others quickly popped up to replace it. Similarly, Blanchard's latest tweets about transsexualism ended up getting much more attention than his account typically does, going viral on conservative Twitter and earning write-ups in right-wing media. This is the Streisand effect. That's what you get at Twitter. His post about having been unbanned garnered more than 4,000 likes and an endorsement from Joyce, the Economist editor. Twitter, this is the tweet. Twitter has apologized and allowed Ray Blanchard to share his findings without censorship. It's going to reach far more people than it would have without their attempt to silence anyone who deviates from an orthodoxy on trans issues, developed about a half a second ago. Here you are. But I have to. That's the end of the article. But I have to question why does an employee of Twitter ban someone for stating facts, and then they realize that they screwed up and have to undo that error? Well, what do the is it just what are the standards? I mean, you have employees just running rampant and just banning people they deem offensive, even for stating facts, and then you go because you get backlash. You suddenly care and you reverse on this issue. Twitter is so inconsistent and garbage and censorious. I mean, good for him for getting back on the platform, but why would you be? I use Twitter just to shitpost. There's no use to interact with people. There's no use in discussing with people because they just report you or dogpile you or try to insult you. Twitter is garbage. Go to Minds or go to other platforms. YouTube is still somewhat where you can have a dialogue in the comment section and you can even have hangouts to discuss with people. But Twitter is complete garbage. It's censorious. Get woke or broke. We live in a clown world where facts are hate speech and should be banned off of platforms. At least if we follow Twitter's logic. Just when people speak out about this, that this is frankly stupid beyond measure, that's when they do anything about it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.